Shalom, shalom. This is Shalom for the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rahakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And the title of this lesson is Where Are Your Scriptures? And I should title it Prove All Things. We're going to start out with that before we go into this video. Actually, I'm gonna start this video. So basically, this guy here, I don't know why he keeps popping up on my For You page, but I listen to mostly brothers from Great Millstone, and then brothers that teach similar doctrine, and then you have these bug outs that come across. So a couple of videos I've done in the past week on people just talking and speaking on things that's just completely off. And of course we have to, put out the correction. So this guy here is saying that Moses' sons didn't, they weren't part of the Israelites because they were made by a heathen woman. Then he said that the seed going back to your father is false. And he said Ruth was not a Moabite. She was from the tribe of Judah. Now she did go down to Judah, to the land of Judah, but she was a Moabite. She was a heathen. So basically, when you tell a lie, you got to cover it up with another lie. So that's why he brought out Ruth. But I'm going to play this video. Just listen to this nonsense. Then we're going to get some scriptures.
That seed of your father's teaching is false. Yeah, that comes from those camps, those One West camps. All that stuff is false. It's totally untrue. The 12 tribe chart is false. That's been broken down numerous times. I've broken it down. It is a false chart. We are not indigenous to America. Mexicans are not our people. Native Americans are not our people. Listen. Gentiles and mixed breeds. I'm speaking on the mixed breed. Mixed breeds. When you have children with a Gentile woman, brother, or a woman having a child with a Gentile man, that child cannot enter the land of Israel. So if you having children with Gentiles, they cannot enter the land of Israel. I wish you should know by the scriptures with Moses. Moses' children did not enter the land of Israel. Give me some scriptures on some Gentile children. But Moses, give me some scriptures on the seeds of Moses. Give me their significance in Israel. Give me something mighty they did. Moses was a mighty prophet. Tell me something his children did. Because you can't. They couldn't come in. They couldn't enter into the land of Israel. They got cast out. That's what's going to happen to all mixed children. I'm sorry. These are the scriptures. Tell them to believe in the Most High in Christ and, they could be saved. But the mixed children got cast out. So it ain't going to do you no good to have mixed children. Because they cannot enter the land of Israel. Give me some scriptures on Gershom. You have none. The seed of your father's doctrine is false. And Ruth was an Israelite, tribe of Judah. I broke that down on my page. Yeah, so that seed of your father's, that's untrue. There's no interracial relationships. You can't name no Gentile child who did anything in the land of Israel, who did anything in the scriptures. It is not recorded. All of them got cast out. Sorry.
All right, so you heard that nonsense. All right, so let's go to some scriptures. First of all, I want to get this Malachi chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, and let's start at verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh, and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So, didn't this happen? And from that great man that pretty much went through the 12 tribes chart and broke it down. That was a vision of the Lord that was given to this man. That was wisdom of the Lord that was given to the great Abba Bivens, and the men that pretty much started this thing. I want to say back up and turned us back to the Father. All right. So the Lord was dealing with them. All right. Now that was a long time ago. It's biblical prophecy because it goes perfectly along with the 350-year prophecy from 1619 to 1969 when they started pushing this truth. Okay. And if the Lord was dealing with them then to break down all 12 tribes, then it's been proven over and over who the 12 tribes are. This guy haven't proved anything. All he can say that it's not. Okay, let's go to real quick. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21. It says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. All right. So we have to prove all things. That's why we got the scriptures. We don't just do videos just speaking. We always have to pull out scriptures. First scripture I want to go to is 1 Chronicles chapter 23 and verse 14. Because he said Moses' sons they weren't Israelites. All right. 1 Chronicles chapter 23, verse 14. Now concerning Moses, man of the Most High, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. They had a heathen mother. How were they named of the tribe of Levi? Because of the seed of their fathers. Okay, let's go to Numbers 1 and 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together in the first month of the second month, in the first day of the second month, Salakia, and they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So there it is. They declared their pedigree, and let's see what the word pedigree goes into. And they declared their pedigree, and that's Yalad. It says to bear, bring forth, begot, gender. Okay, bear, bring forth, to be born. So basically, where you were born from, and it goes back to your father. Okay. Then he mentioned Ruth. Let's go to the book of Ruth, chapter 2 and verse 11. It said, and Boaz answered, and by the way, Boaz was the father of Jesse, which was the father of David. And David was a mighty man, and the Lord was dealing with David heavily. And then David's son was Solomon, which through the Spirit we believe was Yahushua. Okay, it says, and Boaz answered and said unto her, it had fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband. So the mother-in-law was a Jake, because she said she was gonna return to the land of Judah, and she said, thy people shall be my people, and your God should be my God. So if she was an Israelite woman, why would she say that? She was basically saying, hey, your God is dealing with you. I want to be a part of your people. She was a heathen woman. But the Lord, he was dealing with her because she, through her womb, gave birth to a man that was going to bring forth a seed to be a king. It says, what did I leave? Oh, and it says, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity, or should I say nativity, however you say that. We're going to look the word up. It says, and art come into a people which thou knowest not heretofore. All right, so we're going to look up this word here. Because he said she left the land where she was from. She was native to that land. Here it is. In the Hebrew is Moldek. Let me see.
Strong's H 4138. Moledeth.
Moledeth. It says kindred. Your kinfolks. That was the land of her kinfolks. That was the land of her birth, her offspring, or relatives, kindred. All right. So that's her bloodline. Her bloodline goes back to the Moabites. So let me see if I got anything else down here. No, that was pretty much it. We pretty much through the scriptures we prove people that certain things that they're saying are either correct or incorrect, and this guy was 100% incorrect. So hey, you better hope that the Lord, you better repent for putting out false doctrine, because if somebody come across this and they've been in this truth, let's say for a few months or a year, and they still kind of got that doubt that they may be an Israelite, you just turn them away. Oh, well, my mother is white, my dad is a so-called black man, and so by what you saying, I'm just a heathen, or I'm not gonna make it to the kingdom. Or if I'm a Mexican, or if I'm from Brazil, or if I'm Native American, by this guy's what he's saying, they ain't gonna make it, and they not Israelites. So you can actually cause people to go off by saying things that you shouldn't be saying. That's why the Lord got judgment for people like that. Let's go to it. Revelations chapter 22, because it says, let me see. There you go, the offspring of David. That's why we say that Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus, was Solomon through the Spirit. Revelations 22 and verse 19, it says, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So you're not going to get none of the promises, none of the reward, that you could have received. You probably received that you was an Israelite, and then you started trying to debunk the men that pretty much turned us back to the ways of our fathers. So, hey, Jake just gotta, well, the Lord put these men out here for a reason, to do things like this, to go against the truth. So I pray this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.